All right, thanks for the chat, Tracy. Appreciate it. See you later. Bye-bye. Oh, g'day. Keithy here. Thanks for joining me. I always seem to be on the phone when I do these mining apps. I don't know what that's all about. But I did just get off the phone to one of the mining app users named Tracy. What we're here to do today is an interview on Tracy. Only a short one. We're not going to take too much of her time. We're going to talk about the mining industry. Talking about specifically Tracy and what Tracy does in the mines. Well, she was one of the first candidates when I put the word out there in that short up there to ask if you wanted to be interviewed on some of my mining videos. So grab yourself a cup of coffee, guys. We'll talk about the interview, we'll talk about the mining industry a little bit, and we'll have a coffee together. Well, we couldn't go without checking this out.
Staring at fires now.
Okay, welcome back, boys and girls. Good to see you here. Don't forget, if you haven't seen my channel before, or any of the mining videos, or any of the vehicle videos, four-wheel drive stuff, go down, have a look through the playlist of the stuff that I've got. I've got heaps of good stuff on there. Don't forget to subscribe also if you're new here, and comment down below. Let me know what you think of my videos. Anyway, today's is very exciting. This one here is a little bit of a collaboration between TORQN and myself. So TORQN, if you don't already know about, I'll give you a quick brief on it, is a mining app. So it's got to do with the mining industry. And it's where workers, just like you and me, can go and we can talk mining. We can talk anything mining. So if you operate a bit of equipment, or you work in part of the plant, or you're underground, or anything like that, anything mining, you can go down into TORQN. I'll put the link in the description. Use that link there, that'll get you in. You can sign up, have a bit of a chat, ask questions. So if you run a bit of plant, say, and you've got problems in the plant with operations or things that aren't quite working with machinery or anything like that, that's the place to go down there. And you're going to talk to thousands of people who are in the mining industry just like you, and you might get the information that you're looking for on your equipment, plant, whatever it may be. So check that out, link in the description down there. It's not a spammy link, so go use that one. It's not going to take you to some porn website or anything like that. We're here today for two reasons. One, I've just interviewed Tracy, so thank you very much, Tracy, if you're watching, which she said she would anyway, because she's in the app, in the video, I should say. I've just interviewed Tracy about what she does in the mining industry and what she loves about the mining industry. A little bit of a bio on her, I guess. Only a couple of minutes, didn't want to take too much of her time and didn't want to make it all about Tracy, but still, we're also talking about what Tracy does in the mining industry. So expanding from herself, we're going to talk about that kind of role in the mining industry. All right, so talking about Tracy now. Tracy asked not to be recorded. She wanted to talk about the mining industry and herself, what she does, but she didn't want to be recorded by camera, and that's fair enough. With respect for that, Tracy, she said that she's a around 30-year-old woman. Yes, she is a woman in the mining industry. She operates machinery, and she's been in the game for just about 10 years now. Most of the time she operates the trucks, the big trucks that you see, mostly the Cat ones. She hasn't operated any of the Komatsu ones, she said, but she still likes those trucks as they are. She said that her favourite truck is a 785 Cat, which is a good size. It's halfway between the little trucks and the big trucks, so it's a big little truck is what she called it, as she described. Tracy's been in the game for such a long time that at work she also does training. So she will train the newcomers who come onto site, get them up to speed on how to operate the trucks, spend a certain amount of hours with them during their training to ensure that they are safe to operate that machine on their own. And then she sets them free on their own and goes back out and does a bit of truck driving for herself. Now Tracy said she also operates other machinery, but she doesn't like using the graders or the dozers because they are a little bit rough to operate, and they do try and keep the women away from the rough machinery. No offense, women, but it's just to make sure that everything is safe within you. So Tracy loves the mining industry. She's met a lot of great people, and she said that she's found it's been such a pleasant job to work in the last 10 or so years. She said despite the fact that sometimes you hear of sexual harassment and those kind of things in the mining industry, she hasn't come across any of that at all. In fact, she says that she's found nothing but friends in the mining industry, hasn't had to walk up to anyone or go in and talk to her supervisor about something that's happened, sexual innuendos or anything like that. So she said she feels rather safe in the mining industry, and she knows that if she does have a problem, she could go up and talk to her boss about it, and that would get the issue, whatever it may be, taken care of. Tracy said she loves the truck driving because it's just such a great experience. She said she loves training new people. She likes to make the truck do its thing. Outside of work, Tracy lives in New South Wales and she said she loves going to the beach. She has a border collie named Spot, and she said she loves to take him out camping and going down to the beach where she does a little bit of surfing as well. So good on you there, Tracy. Tracy says that she loves the TORQN app. She loves getting in there, being able to talk to everyone about what they do, learning some new things about some of the equipment that she doesn't know everything about. She said that she likes to go for a walk through the plant every now and then. And she also likes to learn about other parts of the mine that she doesn't know a lot about. Where Tracy works, they do gold. They leach gold. So she doesn't know much about the leaching process, but she said it's very interesting to see it in person, to see it in action. So thanks very much for that, Tracy. It was great talking to you and learning a little bit about what you do in the mining industry. Now, the quick version of what Tracy does is she moves ore or waste rock or other kinds of mineral from point A to point B. Sounds simple, doesn't it? But there's a lot of things in between. Not only training, but also skills, learning where you're actually going and learning how to operate the machinery, including the GPS systems and tracking systems that are within the machinery. 99% of the time you'll find that the haul trucks are being loaded by either a loader or a big excavator somewhere in the mine. You'll find other machinery working around, including bulldozers and graders as it's being mined, just to make sure that nothing happens, for example, a flat tire on a truck for driving over some sharp rock that has been left on the ground. So there's a few places that you could deliver your ore if you're driving one of the big dump trucks in the mining industry, whether it's just a little articulated Moxie type truck or you're up in the big 793 Cat. Most often you'll get loaded and taken to a crusher. If you aren't taken to a crusher, you might go to what's called a ROM, which is run of mine. It's a location close to the crusher where the ore can be stored, ready to be crushed. Say for example, if the crusher is down and the rock cannot be crushed, or for some reason if it's going somewhere else like in a truck to get mined at another site. Also, it can be stockpiled and picked up later to be crushed or loaded into a truck somewhere else to take off site. Or the rock can also get taken to waste rock dumps, because I guess when you dig a big hole like this, you're not always going to find mineral in there. You're going to find other things that you cannot process, so you'll need to take them to a waste rock dump, which essentially is when you look around the mine, as you drive past, fly over, or just see the videos and whatnot on telly. A waste rock dump is the most of what you'll see that circulates around the mine. So those big piles of rock that look really beautiful are actually mostly waste rock dumps, so they cannot be put through plants. You won't get any mineral from the rock that you see on the waste rock dumps. It's all just waste. There's a lot of training required to operate a dump truck. First and foremost, a lot of the mines like you to have a HR license. That way you've driven a truck before and you know how to handle a machine that's just a bit bigger than your average car. A lot of mines these days are also accepting people with no experience and doing all of the training in-house themselves. Although you'll find that if you're looking to get into the coal industry, they don't usually take fresh blood into the coal industry. They like to have a few years under their belt before they get into the trucks in the coal mines, due to the little bit higher risk that operating in the coal mines face. A lot of the operators, especially the girls, and Tracy just mentioned it then, is that they said driving these trucks is just like driving a really big car. It's no different. They're not extremely difficult. They've got cameras these days and lots of mirrors around so you can see where you're going. A lot of the mines these days have also got sensors in places that'll tell you when you need to stop or if you've gone too far. Another thing about trucks lately, and you've probably seen this on the media too, is that they're becoming automated. So there might be someone sitting at a desk that watches over a lot of the trucks operating and only takes over for places such as tipping and whatnot after being loaded. The reason that you're seeing a lot of automated trucks these days is because it's safer, say in an underground situation, to have someone operating a computer to drive a truck like that. And if there was perhaps something like a rock fall or an event that could harm a person, well, there's not actually a person inside the machine. So should something happen, you haven't risked someone's life. They're sitting behind a keyboard, even if it is on site, using it remotely on site to get the ore, along with other machinery in the mining industry becoming automated these days. Another word that Tracy mentioned to me was hot seating. So operating the dump trucks, often you'll find that the mine will need to keep the trucks operating as much as possible. So what they'll do with the mining operators is they'll hot seat them. And that essentially means that there's a person that will take over so that the operators of the trucks can go and have their lunch and a cup of coffee and then come back. So operators like Tracy will go and take over for the half an hour or hour that someone is away having their smoko, operate their truck, move some ore around, and then once they finish their lunch, go back, give them the truck back, and she might do the same thing for someone else. So Joe next door might go out, want to have some smoko at X hour. Tracy's just finished with operator A. Now he goes over to operator B, takes over for an hour while operator B has smoko, and so on and so forth. Usually that's based on the demand. So if there's not a lot of demand in the mine, the trucks can be parked up without having to hot seat, and also allows training and time for people like Tracy to talk about all of the things that are happening in the mine. So that way we'll keep the trucks operating 24/7 and make money for the mine. Okay guys, I hope you liked this episode. Thanks very much again to Tracy for the interview. I really appreciate it. I hope you did too, and I hope you get something out of this video. Don't forget to subscribe as always, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks very much. Take care.